Hello everyone and welcome to QualityOldGames. Today we are having part 8 of the Eastern Infantry only campaign challenge, and without too much further ado, I think it's time to finish the turn and see what happens. So I doubt that we can hold this, so perhaps we can auto-resolve it. And actually I would really like that the Egyptian armies here will get the plague. I doubt that I can actually hold the settlement, so I think at least some demolitions are in order. Perhaps a blacksmith there. And in here, I'm not sure, perhaps a market would be a nice thing. Oh, and the siege of Antioch has been lifted. That's really good news. And it seems I cannot attack Sidon. But let's bring... Actually, I think instead of Eastern Infantry I want to have a trireme. And let's see if we have mercenaries available. We do have. And then I want to retrain these guys in here. And let's hope there is no pirates to sink our ships. Or rather pirate fleet. So Jerusalem might be ready for taking. Unfortunately, there is that army close by. Of course, if we are able to attack it, the garrison would reinforce it in battle. So that could cause some benefits for us. Let's see if we actually could bribe this army. And well, we can clearly raise taxes there. And what about the units in here? I think we should be able to scare that guy off. And perhaps we should push westwards. So there is a Seleukid fort. That's interesting. And it means that the Seleukids have a city somewhere around here. Or is it the one in here? No matter. We want to take it in anyway. And of course, if the Egyptians manage to wipe us out here, I think they will rather soon turn on the Seleukids and Armenians. But let's see. Okay. So, let's hope they get the plague. And I guess I can just skip every battle here. It's rather unfortunate that the plague struck Seleucia, because I would have really liked to pull 2 of these units back to Susa. But, well, of course there is the solace that now the Egyptian army most likely will get the plague. So recapturing this city might be at least somewhat easier. And it even seems at least one tower is getting some shots off. And it seems another tower is shooting as well. Nice. So actually the towers are doing quite a lot better than expected.
The cowardly enemy have broken through your walls. Now we must kill the walls.
So about 6 or 7% casualties. That's actually quite well for these basic walls. Okay. So we have some arrows flying, and as we have seen in previous episodes, arrows are kind of kryptonite, along with almost everything else, to the Eastern Infantries. Well, perhaps they take even more damage from arrows than from something else. And with some semblance of luck, we might actually take down the enemy general here. Especially if he is... There he is. Excellent. I doubt that we will win the battle, but at least taking this settlement will hurt the Egyptians. So let's pull back to the city square, and I think we should focus on the cavalry units, because these guys do have a bonus against them. Well, we did inflict some casualties, and I think the plague will continue to inflict some more. And since there is no general, we actually might be able to win this battle. Of course, there are some quite well chevroned units, and I think there will be a following army, which we cannot defeat, but at least we can try to do some damage. And hopefully once again, at least this tower could get some shots off. It's pretty unlikely that this one can. And let's hope the enemy general and cavalry come rather soon to the city center. So if we could snipe the general, that could mean that we could actually cause some kind of cascade of panic on the enemies. And by the way, let's try to make some kind of concave here. Well, at the moment it seems rather unlikely that we will have a victory. Okay. So, if we manage to break enough of the enemy units, we still might have a victory. But it's only 2 routing at the moment. So I guess it's going to be a defeat. That was rather cowardly backstab. Okay, we inflicted some casualties, but we have quite a lot of territory to regain. And the mines in Kotais, perhaps we should actually upgrade them. Because at the moment we do have money, and I doubt that rather soon we won't be having it anymore. And perhaps actually I should send this guy to take command of Kotais. And Ankura seems ripe for the taking, which is good. I think Antioch should be able to hold against that army.
Ships ready.
And we have an Egyptian trireme there.
Mighty General, sire, forward.
Ready to sail. Ready to sail. Prepare to engage.
Okay, I guess we are not going to win this battle.
Ready to sail. Ready to sail.
Now the question is where to go with this fleet. So, if the gates of Sidon
Ships
are
ready.
open,
Set sail.
Disembark, my liege.
which they are not,
Prepare for battle.
unfortunately.
Besieging settlements.
Well, let's see if the Egyptians will bring reinforcements there. I don't dare to try to sail with one ship only to the Egyptian mainland, because...
Move out. Prepare for battle.
Oh, and now I need to get
Move out.
this guy out of the city.
Mighty General, onward.
So I don't dare to sail there, because it's more than likely that some pirates and Egyptian navies will attack me and sink the ship, and that's it for the army there. And I think we have a turn.
Our ships are under attack.
As you can see here.
Row for your life.
Then again, if we were defeated and retreated properly, we... Oh. That's sad. Unlucky leader. And in Antioch, so that basically means we need to charge out from Antioch.
My liege, sire, engage the enemy.
So mostly infantry. So perhaps one of these generals should take the command of the army. And of course, by the rules, I cannot have but only one general, so I guess this guy has to do it.
Units. Units, forward. General, with all haste. Hurry. Move, move. Stand and fight. Attack. With all haste. Move, move. With all haste.
And we want to hit especially those scythed chariots.
Eastern Mercenaries.
With all haste. Quickly.
Especially since it's the general unit here.
Destroy them. Quickly. Quickly.
And of course it can run amok.
Keep your distance.
Are we actually hitting anything? Because they have, is it 3 hit points or 5 even? So it will take some time before they start falling. Okay, so I guess at least one has gone down. Well, so much for that. And of course now the question is, could we somehow cause the enemy formation to turn so that some of the enemies might come into the range of those towers? Or perhaps their general would like to make a suicidal attack? Not then. Perhaps their infantry would like to make a suicidal attack. Okay. It seems they do. And it seems it's us who are routing. And it seems we are getting rid of our general.
General has been killed. This may cause panic in your army.
I think the rage quit meter just went up a notch. So the enemy has suffered casualties of 16% and we have suffered casualties of 85%. Well, isn't that nice? Come on. And of course he will run through that Eastern Infantry, and yeah, I think we lost this battle. And I think the raids quitter meter just went up another notch.
My liege. Forward.
Oh, and it seems the plague there has abated.
March. Out of moves, great lord.
think we will get some troops to that guy and try to take the, let's call it, this southern route.
My liege. Engage the enemy.
And the enemy army has mostly cavalry, so we might actually be able to pull this off. Let's see. But if the performance in the last battle is an indicator, this will end badly. Then again, these troops are at least somewhat more experienced. So I think the enemy reinforcements will actually come from the left flank. So we want to catch up with them first. Okay, good.
Have arrived in battle. Enemy general shows his value. The enemy general was a fool. He sacrificed himself rather than leading his men to a dignified defeat.
Okay, so most of the reinforcements have been dealt with.
Enemy cowards run! Drive them from the battlefield! Eastern Infantry! Use the ram! Use the ram! Infantry!
And let's try to avoid that tower shooting at us. And I'm just wondering, should I start actually making assassins so that we could assassinate the Armenians and the Seleucids out of equation and then
Your soldiers
try
are
to grab
battling ram
some
at the gates.
islands
Now comes the
that the enemy is
battling ram are at the
most
wall.
unlikely to try to take back.
Your soldiers have broken through the gate. Now order them on and hound the enemy. Eastern Infantry.
Oh,
Infantry. 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 Luck and the gods smile upon you. The enemy walls are breached. Infantry. Units. Your men have taken the walls. Now the way to your victory is clear. Infantry. Make haste.
okay. Nice of the enemy cavalry to charge. So perhaps we should send these guys to the front so that they won't be scared too easily. So perhaps we will just continue onwards. That was a good skirmish. Okay, so I think you understood this attack command a bit wrong. You're supposed to go towards the enemy, not backwards.
And break the will of his followers.
I think that's a bit unfortunate that that unit took so heavy a beating, because I cannot rely on him being the spearhead of our charge anymore. So let's catch our breath a bit. And then we are ready to move forwards. So there are two desert axemen units there. We should be outnumbering them quite nicely. And perhaps we should just charge these cavalry units and take them out. And be done with that. And I think against those desert axemen,
The enemy general flees like a frightened child.
we really need to utilize some
Break the will of his followers.
tactics.
Enemy general has been killed.
Okay, so now the enemy is charging towards us. And so much for those tactics being used. Shaken and wavering. This cannot be happening once again. And I guess it's happening once again.
Enemy has stolen victory.
So, once again, the raids Quitometer went up 1 notch.
Ready! Ships ready! Yes, mighty lord! Out of moves, sire!
Mighty general, engage the enemy. Besieging settlement, sir. Settlement under siege.
And the battle started so well.
Ships ready!
And actually I think we want to have this ship next to the army so
No more moves, sire!
we can withdraw
My eyes are yours.
if the situation so requires.
Roll for your lives! Moves depleted, sire! Our ships are under attack! Our ships are under attack! We are supreme!
Orders? Engage the enemy. Out of moves, great lord. Mighty general. Onward. Out of moves, great lord. Orders?
Looking for spies. Yes, mighty lord. Moves depleted, sire.
Sire, engage the enemy.
Oh, and it seems they have their faction leader in there. That's interesting. So, the reinforcing enemy army is coming from our right. And we most definitely want to take him down before he gets to the city. Unfortunately, chances of catching... Oh,
Brought up more men!
well, that's most definitely interesting once again. And our general is here. And we don't want to waste any more there. And I guess these guys need to form the line there before our reinforcements get into proper place.
General, quickly. Units! Units! Charge! Units! Units! General! Charge!
Order is completed, great lord!
Units!
The enemy flee! Chase them from the field and give them no rest or pity!
Attack!
Oh. Okay, so they are running amok. Unfortunately, they came this way, so we need to put them down. And Yeah, it's probable that that guy runs to our general and accidentally kills him. Hopefully they manage to inflict some casualties in the city center as well.
Your soldiers and the battling ram are at the gates. Now comes the tent. Your soldier. The battering ram has done its work. Your soldiers have broken the enemy gate.
So I think we need
Luck and the gods
to
smile
rest
upon you.
actually
The enemy
no
walls
longer.
have breached.
Move up!
Your men have taken the walls. Now the way to your victory is clear.
It's kind of sad that the previous faction leader died right before the battle, because I think with him we could have been able to take Sidon, and the situation there would look completely different compared to what it's now.
Move up! General! Forward! Forward! Infantry! Units! General! Eastern Infantry! Units!
And I think we just need to charge. Okay, so they took quite a beating there. That's nice.
Destroy them!
And it seems I thought I ordered these guys to throw the javelins and not charge forwards, but I think for a second I was afraid that it was actually our general that fell. Okay, so quite heavy casualties sustained, but at least the city is ours, and with some luck.
Victory is ours,
Well,
mighty one!
so much for that some luck.
Have conquered!
So perhaps we need to leave
Orders?
some defenders
Sire!
in here.
Sire!
But at the same time I think we need to have some haste. And Nicomedia there is an excellent new target.
Sire! Onward! Out of moves, great lord! Engage the enemy!
And I guess we will lose Tarsus sooner rather than later, so let's try to get all the money out of it that we can. And I think this is everything for today. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions and so on. Have a great rest of the day. QualityOldGames out.